Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very beautiful environment, but what is important is that I'm sitting next to Martin, who is the Global Managing Director for Range Rover, and we have some good questions to ask. Martin, thank you for giving us the time, and it's so nice to be here in this environment. But first up, Range Rover in India especially has really doubled its turnover, its sales. You must be very happy, but what do you think what do you think you guys have done right so that the numbers have been coming so nice?
Yeah, thank you, Ramesh. First of all, welcome to the UK and thanks for spending your time with us. Yes, we indeed have very good success with Range Rover in India. There's several elements to it. First of all, we've really been building long time on the brand equity, on the brand perception of Range Rover in India. We know that Range Rover stands for refinement, for rewarding yourself. It's the first original luxury SUV since 1970, 55 years of history. So we've been building on that reputation, on that image for Range Rover in the market. And we know we have a big followership from business people to Bollywood stars and lots of famous people really loving the brand, which helps us, of course, with the reputation of the brand. I think the second bit, next to building up the brand strength in the market, is of course that we started the local manufacturing for Range Rover last year.
Which has made the pricing attractive, you think?
Exactly, it made the vehicles financially more attractive in the market with the same trust that you have and the reputation that you have with the Range Rover brand. And since we launched it, we increased by 2.5 times our sales performance in the market. Yes, and had a very good year last year.
Yes. So on that note, do you ever get any emails from earlier Range Rover buyers who think that they've paid more for the car?
You would have to ask Rajan.
Okay, I'm sure they was.
Yeah, no, we took a proper time for this. That we really
so people were aware this is going to happen.
Exactly, people were aware, and we had a long enough build up for this to really make
sure.
So
which other part of the world has you seen so much of growth? Like in India, 2.5 times. Is the Range Rover brand doing globally so well everywhere, or is it this India specific, or?
No, we're doing very strong in many parts of the world. We grew globally by, I think, more than 24-25% with Range Rover Sport alone last year. It obviously varies market by market. So the steepest growth indeed last year was in India.
Followed by which country?
Again, you have US was really strong on Range Rover Sport, and then we have selective smaller markets where we had certain growth as well. In Europe, we had, especially with the plug-in hybrid models, very good success as well.
So, Mercedes Maybach is seen as a good competition to the Range Rover Sport. I don't know if you want to name the competition, but they have more tech loaded in terms of features. Do you think that comes on a way of deterring some of the buyers who take away? Who otherwise would have got to Range Rover, but because of it's being less techy, not that it's not a formidable car, but it's in terms of some luxury and some tech missing. Do you think the Mercedes Maybach takes that away from them?
Look, for us it's really more important to focus on what does Range Rover stand for as a brand first of all, and then whatever we build in terms of technology and everything has to fit to the brand. And Range Rover, both Range Rover and Range Rover Sport, it's again the original luxury SUV. It's about refinement. It's about a very good, comfortable seating position, right? Being in control of everything you do. It's about craftsmanship and its execution, but at the same time, it's about reductiveness.
Right.
So that you really only use technologies and everything when they're needed. We have these hidden until lit lights, for example, on the tail of the Range Rover. Other features that we are really hiding until they're being used. And that reductiveness is the approach that we follow that's relevant for our customers. What we create with a Range Rover is a calm sanctuary. Right? These people are all busy, all in a hectic environment, making decisions every day, in and out, in and out. And then you want to sit in your Range Rover and just be calm, be quiet. And that's the strategy that we try to pursue, to build that calm sanctuary of the Range Rover.
So are you excited for the Range Rover Electric? Do you think that calmness portion will really make it very big?
We are indeed absolutely excited. So our approach definitely is that Range Rover Electric will be a Range Rover first. This is why it looks like a Range Rover, it behaves like a Range Rover. It will have everything that the customer expects of a Range Rover. The driving comfort, the capability, the towing capacity, the weighting depth, everything just more refined.
More refined. So do you think the numbers from the Range Rover Electric would be as good as the numbers that you get from, so what are your expectations personally or as a target volume? Are the numbers on a very double-digit figure everywhere?
You know, it's more important for us to get it right. This is
Okay.
really why we take our time. We're still in the testing of the Range Rover to really make sure it's the best Range Rover ever.
So
the
today I
most
actually
refined Range
happened to
Rover ever.
be in the
You
back
drove
seat.
it, yeah, exactly.
I couldn't drive it, but I think it looked phenomenally well. I mean, in terms of performance, in terms of it didn't look like that you're not sitting in a a V8 Range Rover for that matter.
So how did it feel for you?
It felt very good actually. The handling was very, very spot on, and performance was also good. I really wanted to drive. Of course, I understand that it's a prototype right now, and the 5-channel noise cancellation was not there, so there was a lot of road noise and wind and tire noise, which is seeping in. Of course, it's
In
an
the
EV.
prototype for now,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I think when the final product comes, it will look very good. But there is another school of thought when people are looking at an electric car. They're also looking at a new design language. So this is a blessing, or this can be taken in two ways, because some people will like it because it's the same Range Rover. You get an option of petrol, diesel, hybrid, electric, or some people would like if it's born electric. So I think that's how the consumer's mindset are. But yeah, it's always good to have a familiar looking design, the same DNA, and if you want to go electric, you have the option.
We spoke in the development phase to lots of customers and asked them, what do you expect of a Range Rover electric? And first of all, they said, make it a Range Rover and then make it electric.
Then make it electric.
And
yes.
that's what we're doing. And this is why we continue with the design, the equity, the beautiness, the reductiveness of a Range Rover. We don't want to change this. For our clients, it's a Range Rover, and then they have a choice of the powertrain. And one of them, the most refined one, will be the electric.
Yes. So is USA the bigger market or China the bigger market?
That currently is a big question because obviously both markets are in big transition periods.
Big transition, okay.
The US is definitely a big market for us for the electrification. Obviously, again, now with the changes in the market, we'll see what that means exactly. And China is a very fast electrifying market as well. So both markets will be important for us.
So there's a recent announcement by Government of India and UK government of an FTA. The price has already been quite reduced in terms of, but do you think this FTA, if it's effective, it can further reduce the Range Rover prices in India?
So first of all, we welcome and appreciate that there's a free trade agreement between the UK and India. It will tighten our operations and our possibilities. We don't know yet the details of the free trade agreement, neither the content nor the timing. So we'll have to investigate and understand that better, and then we will adjust our strategy accordingly. But I'm for sure that there will be benefits that our clients will see as well.
And so in the next 3 to 5 years, tell us 2 challenges that you are anticipating and 2 big opportunities for Range Rover under your leadership.
So the opportunities for Range Rover is to further strengthen and grow our brand in the market, and then also to work on the SV and the bespoke capabilities. I think this is a big opportunity for us. We have last year launched for the first time a specially curated vehicle for the Indian market.
Ranthambore edition.
Ranthambore edition.
It did very well.
12 cars, they were sold out after 1 week.
Yeah,
and they were the highest priced cars as well at the same time. So we know because it created
and
that
it's a good
connection.
messaging also, right? It's
yes,
a good
exactly.
messaging.
It created that connection, relevance for the Indian customers because it was the Ranthambore region, the Indian tiger from that region, right? And we also gave back to the conservation of those beautiful animals. So there is a market for clients that want to identify themselves with Range Rover, reward themselves, but also get a maximum personalized kind of vehicle. So that's where we see another big opportunity for us. And so the other one is electric, of course.
Of course. So are you looking at something like what Bentley does with the Mulliner division where you can customize your seats, your fabrics and everything? Is that
so we want to amplify what is relevant for our clients. Again, building on the DNA, on the core. What does a Range Rover stand for? Refinement, craftsmanship, reductiveness, driving comfort. And how can we amplify that more and make it more curated, more personalized for the client? And on the Range Rover Sport, it's more into how do we make it more sporty, more edgy maybe. Yeah.
So it won't be a situation where you can tailor-make the car. Like, for example, if I want a particular fabric, is there an option to do it now?
It depends on the horizon. That's definitely in terms of timing
you are looking
to
at
evolve as well. We see big opportunities in that area.
Yeah, because that's, I think, the way forward for a lot of brands.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time, and I'm really looking forward for the Range Rover Electric. Any timelines that you have in mind when you think the car will be available for people to see and drive and
So
buy?
pretty soon we are still, again, we're focusing more on getting it right and really bring the best Range Rover ever to the market. So we are still in the testing, finalization of the testing, but later this year we will communicate more about the timelines.
So 2027, I would take it from you.
We'll talk about it later.
Thank you so much, Martin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. And guys, drop in the comments which Range Rover do you think is the one that you like and which is the one that you would be putting your money on. See you in the next one.